Good afternoon and hello and welcome to my November book haul video. I'm making this video because in the wonderful month of November I bought a staggering 14 books, technically 22, but 7 of those books were books that I was buying physical editions of because I had read them digitally and I really liked them, so I wanted physical editions in case all the technology in the world explodes, because how am I going to read them if all the technology explodes? I need physical editions, of course. And the other book that I got is not going to be here till December, so that's a December book, that's not a November book, you know what I mean? So in the month of November, I bought 14 books, and I do feel bad about it. Nobody realistically needs to buy that many books in a month. Really, I think people don't need more than like 2 books a month, if that. If you read really fast, and also you hate the library, maybe you should be buying 14 books a month. Also, if you have a lot of disposable income. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the 14 books that I bought. I'm gonna like split them up into like 4 little sections because I bought them in 4 different places at 4 different times, and I feel like that's just a better way to organize them. So to start, these were the first 3 books that I got in November. I got these at Barnes & Noble. They are all Barnes & Noble special editions, but I did not do that intentionally. I didn't go in with the purpose of buying these special editions. I was just looking for these books. So to start, we have Curious Tides by Pascal Lascelles. I think that's how you say it. This is the first book in a new YA series. Supposedly it's like fantasy with dark academia vibes. I heard that it has similar like vibes to A Study in Drowning, and I really liked A Study in Drowning, which is why I picked this up. I don't know that much else about it, and I know that like there's a romance in it, and supposedly that the guy falls first, which I don't really care. Like, I mean, that's a fine trope, but it's not one that's ever really piqued my interest. Like, I'm never like that excited because the guy's falling in love first. But I'm really excited for this one, and if I don't like it, I'm gonna shit my pants and scream. So yeah. The next book that I got at Barnes & Noble was The Throne of the Fallen by Kerri Maniscalco. This is her adult debut. It is a standalone fantasy, which is great news for me because I love standalones and I love fantasies, but it is supposedly connected to another world of hers, YA trilogy that for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of, and also I never read. I should have probably read that before I bought this. I kind of jumped the gun on that, but I will read the trilogy before I read this, but I'll probably read it like through the library. The reason why I picked this one up specifically, even though I haven't read the original trilogy, is because this one kind of piqued my interest. I didn't know that the original trilogy was kind of based on this 7 Deadly Sins thing, and I love things that are based off of like the 7 Deadly Sins or the 7 Heavenly Virtues, but nobody remembers the 7 Heavenly Virtues, so yeah. This one's about the Prince of Envy, and presumably the original trilogy is about the Prince of Wrath. So I'm pretty excited about it. Hopefully I like it. Hopefully I like the original trilogy, but I think this one has more promise to me because the original trilogy never interested me and this one did. The final book that I got from this Barnes & Noble trip was Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. I have a bit of a history with Cassandra Clare. I read The Mortal Instruments when I was in middle school and I did not like it. I didn't like the plot, I didn't like the writing, I didn't like the weird incest plotline. I know that it's like, it's not actually incest, but it still freaked me out when I was young. But I really liked The Infernal Devices. This is her adult fantasy debut. It is the first in a new series, and I do have pretty high hopes. I think every time I think about Cassandra Clare, I think, oh, I don't like her books because I didn't like Mortal Instruments. But I have to remember, I did like Infernal Devices, and this one has been getting really good reviews, and I am pretty excited about it, so I have high hopes. Hopefully this is good Cassandra Clare and not shit Cassandra Clare. The next set of books that I got was also from Barnes & Noble, just a different Barnes & Noble run. The first book that I got from this Barnes & Noble run was Dark Air by C.S. Pacat, I don't know. This is the second book in a YA series. It starts with Dark Rise, which I read when it came out, like maybe last year. I don't know when it came out, maybe 2 years ago. And I didn't like the first 80% of the book, but I really liked the last 20%. So I'm hoping that the energy of the last 20% of Dark Rise carries through this entire book, because the last 20% got me so hype and so interested in the story, even though the rest of the book wasn't that interesting or that good to me. So I'm really hoping this is good, and if it's not, this is another one where I'm gonna shit my pants and cry. So here's hoping. The next 2 books that I got, and I'm gonna present them together because they are part of the Discworld series, is Equal Rights and Men at Arms by Terry Pratchett. These are both part of the Discworld series. They are like little mass market paperbacks, I think. This is the first in the Witches subseries of Discworld, and this is the second in the Night Watch subseries of Discworld. I don't really think it matters what order you read them in, but there is like in order if you do want to read them in order, which I do. I read some of the Discworld books when I was in high school and I didn't really like them. I read Mort and the Color of Magic, but just recently I read Guards and I really liked that. I thought it was a lot of fun. So I think I just had to, I think I was maybe too young for Discworld at the time, maybe, I don't know. And these were the reason why I went to Barnes & Noble and got all these fucking books in the first place, was because I needed to continue the series because I was so hype about Guards. So this is the one that comes after Guards, and this is a different sub-series, but I heard this was the best sub-series, so we'll see about that. I highly recommend Discworld. It's like kind of funny and absurd. If you're a Vonnegut fan but think Vonnegut is like maybe a little too existential, you'll probably like Pratchett. Also, if you're more interested in fantasy. The next book that I got from this Barnes & Noble run was Eragon by Christopher Paolini. This is a special edition because Murtagh just came out. I've never read Eragon. I think I kind of missed the train on this one. I think, you know, the peak time of my life when I should have read this was when I was in 3rd grade, and I am not in 3rd grade anymore, so I don't know. But this edition was really calling my name, okay? This fucked up looking dragon. I used to see him in my fucking library all the time, and I was so scared of him. And there's also like this creepy old man on the inside cover. Just amazing. I've heard this book is really cliche, like it is kind of the quintessential hero's journey. So we'll see. I don't know how much I'll enjoy it, but people really love this series, and I hope I really love it too. But if I don't like this one, I won't be shitting and crying. I will just be a little downtrodden. The final book that I got from this Target run was Chainsaw Man number 12. I had this stint a long time ago where I was like, I need to collect all these manga and blah blah blah, I want to have a big manga collection, and now I have all these manga that I don't really give a fuck about. The only 2 manga series that I really care about anymore are Chainsaw Man and Spy Family, or Spy X Family, whichever one you want to call it. So when I saw this new edition in the store, I was like, of course I've got to pick it up. I've already read all these chapters online, so I'm not gonna be flipping through this and reading it, but I like to have the physical editions because, again, what if all technology explodes and then I can't read my favorite series or my favorite books? You know what I mean? Like, you have to have the physical editions. You know what I mean? Like, come on. If you're interested in getting into manga, Chainsaw Man is a good one. It's really popular. I know it's like the basic one, but it's like, it's good. It's basic and popular for a reason. The next 3 books I got from Target on Black Friday weekend. I got them like Saturday after Black Friday. I got another manga, Spy X Family, or Spy Family. Again, like I said, this is one of the only manga series that I still care about, so when I see a new volume, I'm like, I gotta pick it up. This series in particular is really cute and funny and interesting. It's definitely more lighthearted than Chainsaw Man if you're like, I want to get into manga, but I don't want something that's like super deep. The second book that I got from this Target run was Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. I've never read anything else by Alex E. Harrow, but I know she has some other really popular books. I know the Once and Future Witches was really big, and this one sounded really interesting to me. Again, this is kind of like a dark academia, so I've heard. And because I just read A Study in Drowning, which was a really good dark academia, I was like, oh my god, I need to pick that up and I need to read it. This was actually what spurred me into buying books at Target. I wasn't originally going to, but then it was like, oh, it's buy 2, get 1 free, you know, and most of the books are already 20% off at least. So if I buy 2, get 1 free, you know, it's a win, and it's like, why not? But I think because I got 2 books and 1 manga, it didn't work. I think you have to get 3 manga or 3 books. And I was like, but manga and books, like, it's the same format. I don't understand why you like wouldn't just apply the discount to that. Like, it should. You guys. I am excited to have this. It's pretty short. It looks really interesting. I'm pretty excited about it. We'll see how it goes. The third and final book that I got from Target that I did not get for free because I did not get my buy 2 get 1 free deal was Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayher. Don't know how to say Mayher. Mirror. It is what it is. This book is not one that I'm particularly interested in, but it was the only other book at Target that I was kind of like, well, if it's a buy 2 get 1 free deal, then I might as well pick this one up, because there were no other books that I was like, I need this book, or I really want this book. Starling House was the only one, and then Spy Family was like, yes, I want that book. But if I had known that it wouldn't do this buy 2 get 1 free deal, then it was like, whatever. And then I wouldn't have got this one. But this is Assistant to the Villain. It's got nice red pages, at least. This was published by Red Tower Books, which I feel like Red Tower Books has been in the spotlight a lot recently because they published Fourth Wing, and Fourth Wing was so big, so people are really excited about basically everything they're releasing. They are an imprint of Entangled Publishing, I think, and they're like a romantasy new adult like imprint, like that's what they're printing. So I don't know, this might not be for me because that's just not my genre. It's not what I really like to read. And I also heard this kind of has millennial humor, but it also seems like it could be kind of cute. So I guess we will have to wait and see. This is another one where like, if it's bad, I won't be shitting or screaming. I will just be like, yeah, I expected this. And if I end up really enjoying this, I will pay Hannah Nicole Mayer $5 because I doubted her. But I don't know. The final 3 books that I got in the wonderful month of November, I bought online from Barnes & Noble for their Black Friday sale, which it wasn't a great Black Friday sale. It was like they had buy one, get one 50% off. And I think that was it. They had like on select books, not like every book. Like there were very specific books that were buy one, get one 50% off. So I got 2 books for the buy one, get one 50% off deal. The first book is Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. This is a little sci-fi novel. It's part of a trilogy, I believe. It's about like exploring a planet that could be kind of dangerous, but also maybe it's not. And like, maybe it's scary, but maybe it's not. And I don't know. My high school civics and econ teacher actually reviewed this on Goodreads and he said, I didn't really like it. So I think I'm gonna really love it. I trust his taste in books, but also I don't trust it. So who knows? It'll probably be fine. Also, the cover is giving me good vibes because I did not know it was gonna come metallic. I didn't even know it could be metallic, and it is metallic and it's beautiful. So good vibes there. The second book that I got for the buy one 50% off sale, oh my god, buy one 50% off. That's just a 50% off sale. The second one that I got for the buy one get one 50% off sale was Kai Kei. I don't know if that's how you say it. Every time I saw it on Goodreads, I would always read Kayeki, which is not even close because that is a K, not a Y. The Y is there. I have been kind of meaning to read this for a really long time. I think this came out last year in 2022, but I did not buy it then because it wasn't like a book that I was super excited about. I was just mildly excited about it. And, you know, hardcover prices are skyrocketing, so I was like, I'm not buying this. But now that it's 50% off, buy one get one 50% off on a Black Friday Barnes & Noble sale, which is kind of a shitty sale for a Black Friday, let's be honest, you guys. I decided to pick it up now. This is a retelling of a character's story from the Ramayana, which I think is an Indian Hindu epic. I don't know very much about it. I know maybe a little bit more about the Mahabharata, but this is not about the Mahabharata, so not even worth bringing up. This is a like fantasy adult retelling of Ramayana. I don't know, you don't really have to say adult for things that aren't YA. Like it's more like it's marketed towards adult. It's a fiction book. It's a little fantastical, but I don't think it's like super fantastical. Excited to have it. Oh my god, I think I just gave myself a paper cut lengthwise. Jesus. The final book in my 14 book haul is Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. This book was the entire reason why I went on the Barnes & Noble website for the Black Friday sale, even though the Black Friday sale didn't do shit. I was enchanted by the rainbow cover, and I was like, I have to have it. I've never read Demon Copperhead, but I know that it's like a big deal. It won the Pulitzer Prize, and my aunt really loved it, so I know that it's really good. This is a retelling of David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. I know Barbara Kingsolver does like a lot of these kind of books. I know at least the Poisonwood Bible is a retelling of Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad, so I'm excited to read it, but I'm also really nervous about reading it, so I'm probably gonna put it off for like years, and then when I finally pick it up, I'm gonna be like, why didn't I pick this up sooner? Or it'll be the next book I read. So there she is. There's my stack. As a final parting message, nobody in their right mind needs to buy this many books. You do not need to buy this many books. I did not need to buy this many books. A lot of these books I probably could have read at the library and be fine, because I bet you out of this stack, there will probably be some books that I'm not that in love with. Watch out for bugs. Watch out for bears. Watch out for weird old men. And have a great day. Goodbye. Love you.